This is Checkpoint Chat. What's up?
What episode are we even on?
Oh, 56. Shit, I don't know.
It's 56.
No, it's not 56. 56 was last time.
What?
Hold on. Hold on.
But we are back. Jeez, it has been
57. See, I was right. Welcome to episode 57 of Checkpoint Chat.
I missed the whole episode. Oh, it was the E3 episode.
Yeah, that was the E3 special.
That was the non-canon.
Yeah, the one that
Christmas special
that we were like, yeah, we're not going to take such a long break, and then.
Can I just say, we are very sorry because just the way things worked out, it just didn't work out.
Yeah, it was like E3, then I got back from E3.
And I was away.
Then Matty was away.
And here we are.
In back. George, of all places.
Well, I have friends in Mossel Bay who decided to get married.
Is Mossel Bay in George?
No, they're like half an hour, 40 minutes apart. So, yeah. But
you had to fly
they have to fly to George, yeah. And the wedding was in George.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we're back after a very long sabbatical, and we came back to a broken recording software, which
that sucked for like a good 10, 15 minutes trying to fucking fix how recording worked.
You think that you just leave your hardware, you can put it away and come back, it'll just work. Let me tell you, the hardware says no.
Yeah, so the hardware.
I'm not going to work properly today. I'm going to make you guys do some annoying admin. And by you guys, I mean, I'm going to watch Alessandro fix everything while I just sit and be like, oh God, please can we fix it?
While you scream into a mic, hello?
Like, why am I not being picked up? Hello?
Hello? Yeah,
what's going on?
So I don't know. I'm still fixing things because we did some radical things on the soundboard to try and fix it. And all it really was a flimsy USB.
Yeah, I don't know. Our cables need replacing.
Yeah, and Windows was lying to me. It's like, no, I'm picking up sound from the soundboard, not your webcam.
And you unplug it and you plug it back in and it works.
Yeah,
this is how hardware works.
Don't trust Windows. This is Bill Gates.
This is my pain with hardware though, because then you get the older generation who are still trying to understand hardware.
Who's the older generation?
Like my mom.
Okay,
let's say my mom. Okay, I'm going to be very specific, but my mom's generation.
Cool. You don't have to reveal how old.
When things don't work, it's like, why does it not work? I have no explanation. It's like sometimes hardware just does stupid things. Even I don't understand.
Oh, is she asking like why do things like sometimes just not work?
Yeah, sometimes, I don't know, a phone will restarts as a dumb example. Why did it do that? I don't know. It's just
gremlins.
Hardware sometimes is temperamental.
Listen, I mean, this is so true because when I was studying, especially electronics, we would do experiments in the lab and things would be working and then they would come around to like, see it and demo it and the exact same thing that hasn't been touched would suddenly not work.
It does not work.
And you, as an engineer, would not understand why. Like,
it's actual magic.
I can't tell you why. Yeah.
Actual magic and sorcery, which is why things don't work. But point of the story is hardware is unpredictable, but we are back. It's been like a month, 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month.
The last one we put out just before E3 started, which was like...
Yeah, but that means I was last year.
Oh, yeah, because we recorded that
end of May, basically,
yeah. Shit, yeah, it's been a while.
It was a long time ago. How's your June been? I haven't seen you.
Damn. These months just fly by.
Yeah, we're in July.
It's crazy.
It's downhill to summer now. It's been a nippy winter.
I don't know. Is it the beginning of winter or is it the middle of winter?
It's the beginning of winter. Winter just started. Okay, let me tell you. Don't believe that midwinter. Conspiracy
I honestly did not know there were two ways to measure seasons. This is mind-blowing to me.
All I know is that you and I both agree that the 1st of September is Spring Day.
No, I agreed with Lenska.
What? No, you agreed.
Spring Day. Yeah.
And then Jeff's like, no, it's not. It's not. It's fake.
It kind of
spring
is.
actually starts like at the end of September. Okay, yeah, we get that, but
I always thought what did we just have? The solstice was midway because it's like
it's
the longest night.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Lenska says that the winter solstice, which is the 21st of June, is the middle of winter.
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
It is like. Suppose in terms
of think about it,
wording, it's the middle of winter, and it does make sense. We're the furthest away from the sun; it should be the coldest.
Yeah.
But our seasons don't work like that. Our winter starts a little bit later.
What are the two different ones? It's astrological, meteorological,
cosmological. No, I don't know.
Mythological.
I don't know. Mythological
weather.
Cosmological, astrological.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how you tell weather.
Cosmopolitan.
Ooh,
there we go.
That's a good drink.
It's good. No,
Margaritas are a good
Capri
drink.
Sun's a good drink.
Capri Sun. Oh,
Also
good
my
lord.
star sign.
Good
John Michael's star sign.
Capri Sun.
It's Capri Sun, bro. It's a good time.
What flavor of Capri Sun?
I'll ask him. I don't know. What flavor is your star sign?
My favorite Capri Sun flavor was the rollerblade flavor.
Rollerblade flavor.
Well, you never. I mean, I never fucking.
What is
knew
rollerblade flavor?
I just knew the pictures on there. You'd have the sun, which was like thick, like orange, and then there was a rollerblade one. Which
What did rollerblades taste like?
Man, rubbery. It tastes like the road.
Oh man,
I think
it's
it was a
rough.
cranberry thing. I don't know, but I always used to get the rollerblade flavor.
Kids are dumb.
What are you talking about? I got
me,
Capri
friends.
Sun the other day. It's still the rollerblade flavor.
No, just the flavor, like rollerblade. I got sunlight flavor. It's the best.
Oh my god. I mean, my sister once did that. I don't know why, but we had a bottle like sitting on the counter that was filled with sunlight liquid.
Actual sunlight flavor.
Yeah, and it looked like cream soda,
no.
and she took a good swig.
Sunlight never looks like cream soda.
I mean, we were very small.
She's like, this is green.
Yeah,
therefore
this is
it's
green.
cream soda.
Exactly. And that must have been a very...
Let me tell you, your sister's inside's never been cleaner.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Did
true.
she foam at the mouth?
I mean...
She drank water and just foam just kept coming forever.
Yeah, according to Sunlight, you only need 2 drops for a whole thing.
It's true though.
Is it true?
No, I don't know.
I fucking drenched that sponge in fucking soap.
Yeah,
for
but then
one
you
plate.
have infinite foam, which is a problem. So that's why we should be putting 2 drops. Just enough foam, you know.
I don't know. I have like
I'd do the
2
same
plates
though.
to wash, and I'm just like, soap!
Clean plate.
Put soap on the plate.
Gotta get this rollerblade flavor out my mouth.
Fuck.
So yeah, that's we're back for episode 57. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it feels
Did you
feels good.
Do something with your hair.
I did. I went for a haircut yesterday.
You've hijacked Lenska's hairdresser.
She's so lovely.
Technically
I love her.
mine as well. I've been there once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once, yeah. She told me about your haircut. She's like, I didn't want to cut his whole afro because he looked very precious about it.
I'm very precious about my hair. I'm like, not too short. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then she didn't really trim my French. I'm blind still.
Yeah. You got to go back now.
God damn.
There's 2 dogs there. There's a Jack Russell.
Are there 3?
I didn't see a third one.
Because it's a ninja dog. You'll never see
There was a Jack Russell sleeping in front of a heater, and then this like really tall shaggy dog. I don't know what it was.
Is it the same dog you see on those paint cans, Dulux?
No,
mop dog.
That's a
It's not that
sheepdog.
dog.
No,
I'm
it's
speaking
not that
shit.
dog. It's definitely not that dog.
Oh man,
But it's so cool.
That
I
would be the best face of the
had
hairdresser.
some coffee. Had some,
Yeah, that made you. Next time I am going to ask for a coffee.
Yeah, because they're like, "Do you want coffee?" I was
full
like,
on
"Yeah,
cappuccino.
sure."
I was
Yeah, and a
expecting like
biscuit or like a little like cake thing. It was great. It was a good time.
yeah,
And then she cuts my hair real good.
real good. Yeah,
Real expensive, but real good.
yeah. She's quite pricey, which
She's
which
lovely.
vexes my mom because my mom. So here's a confession. My mom has cut my hair for years.
Hmm.
It cost me nothing.
I don't think that's as weird as you think it is to be.
No, it's and the thing is, my mom's away now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, well, shit, my hairdresser's out of the country. The other day, my mom messaged me saying, like, by the way, where have you been for a haircut? It's like, I've been away. And it's like, yeah, I went.
Cheating on me.
I went to Lenska. She's like, oh, how much does she charge? What is it, like $300?
$340.
It's $340. I was like, huh. My mom's like, that is a lot of money. I'm like,
It is
yeah,
a
I
lot
was
of
like,
money.
yeah, it is, but I only get my hair cut like every 3 to 4 months, and my hairdresser's out of the country. So what are you gonna do? You know?
No, that is like that's.
Oh my gosh, how often do you cut your hair?
Once every 4 weeks.
It's a hole in your pockets.
Yeah, it is. It's way more expensive than my previous hairdresser, but the haircut's way better. So I'm pretty.
Yeah, she knows she's a great hairdresser.
good, she's
I have
good.
no complaints.
Yeah, we spoke about Marvel films yesterday. It was a good time,
We spoke about Game of Thrones when I was there.
Oh, yeah?
It was just before the ending.
and she's got great tattoos. I love.
Yeah, she did. Her one tattoo was done in Poland.
Yeah, I know. She told me the whole story about it.
we actually
The
wanted to
cat
go
with the
visit.
mushrooms.
We wanted to
Yeah.
go visit that parlor while we were there. We just never got around to it.
Yo, it's such a good one. Yeah, so hairdresser, good time. This chick
Gaming,
went chat.
gaming,
talking
also
about,
good times.
We're talking about haircuts on game characters now. Lara Croft, Silky.
Cloud from Final OG
Cloud, yeah,
Final Fantasy
he
7,
needs-
still
he
the
needs
best
some,
haircuts, best spiky hair.
He needs
Stab you with
some
it.
lots of good hair gel for that shit.
He does.
Barrett, great,
What?
great cut, great fade.
Great buzz cuts,
Yeah.
great beard.
Link keeps those blonde locks in
He
check.
just covers his hair with a hat
Yeah.
sometimes.
Zelda,
Also covers his
in
hair
that
with a hat.
Ocarina of Time, managed to put all her hair in a little bandana thing.
Nice.
You haven't played Ocarina of
No.
Time? Oh, good lord. You've got a 3DS.
I know, I should play it.
Yeah, Jeff's got the card. You should just play it. That's how I played it.
Oh, you stole his
on
card.
3DS, yeah.
There's a lot of Zelda games I need to actually play.
And then he's got Majora's Mask as well. You should play that as well.
Ooh, so many Zelda games.
Fuck yeah. Speaking of, okay.
Let's dive into actual gaming discussions.
I'm gonna break tradition here, but I just want to talk a little bit about the biggest surprise of E3. Because
we never got to the E3.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk. It's been
wrap-up.
time. It's been whatever. But the biggest surprise was that Zelda 2, the Breath of the Wild 2.
I predicted that, I think. Offhand, I was like, how nice would it be if they did Breath of the Wild 2? And then I like how they drop it so casually. The dude's like, here's a teaser of something we're working on, whatever. And I don't know what I expected. I was like, oh, cool, it's like another Nintendo property, maybe a...
Oh, as soon as I saw that art style, I was like, oh,
No, the moment I saw it, but before they showed anything, I was like, maybe it'll be a 2D Mario, or I don't know, a new IP.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And then they showed the art style, I was like, okay.
This looks like Hyrule.
This looks like Breath of the Wild. Okay, they're obviously dropping some new DLC, Breath of the Wild 2. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild sequels in development. It's like, I honestly thought we'd get a Mario Odyssey 2 before anything else. Like, yeah.
Although Breath of the Wild came out before Odyssey. Like, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, but still, I thought, like, I mean, Zeldas take way longer to make than Mario's. I thought it would be like a Galaxy 1 and 2 situation. I don't know. The last time they did something like this, which was like a big turnover and a big sequel, was Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It was like Majora's Mask came out like a year and a half after.
Later.
And they basically used a lot, like the same engine and a lot of the same assets and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I was thinking about it. Breath of the Wild, great game, but I don't know what the sequel looks a lot darker, but I don't know how they're gonna. Well, it's gonna. I think they have a lot of the same assets, obviously, but I wonder how they're gonna change it up.
Yeah, I'm curious because I think, and this has been echoed by a lot of other podcasts I listen to, is like the main draw for me in Breath of the Wild was discovering Hyrule for the first time. So if you're exploring Hyrule again, like, will that feel as adventurous and interesting?
Yeah, because it looks like, unless they pull one of those, it's actually not the same Link and Zelda.
Yeah,
this is set 500 years after or before.
Or like Hyrule got transformed, like, so it's the same geography, but like everything's different.
Yeah, I was thinking that makes the most sense, where they can still use the same assets, but put a spin on it somehow. I don't know. But yeah, it's exciting.
I'm real excited.
I really like. I thought it would be nice, but I never at all expected it to be.
At this rate, we're going to get a Breath of the Wild sequel before Metroid 4. I can't believe people were mad that we didn't get a look at Metroid 4. I'm like,
oh, that game was
development
rebooted.
Restarted like 4 months ago. What the fuck do you expect?
They could have showed us a JPEG. I mean, come on.
I don't get it.
Bunch of cowards. Did you not see what Bethesda did, man? They teased the Elder Scrolls last year and they showed nothing.
They've been teasing Starfield for like 4 years now and they still haven't shown that game. Yeah,
I don't know.
But Bethesda had some dope stuff, irrespective.
They what is that?
Deathloop.
Yeah, look, there's no gameplay, and I'm always skeptical with games that don't have gameplay, but that trailer was really cool. I love that trailer.
The concept, and then the press release that came out after, I think Jason Schreier tweeted it. He's like, it sounds like Hitman, except two assassins are going after each other. I'm like, awesome. Fuck yes.
That is very cool.
But Ghostwire really impressed me. That
as well.
Yeah.
A game we'll both never play, maybe.
Yeah, jeez, I don't know.
The E3 was filled with doggos.
E3 was filled with good dogs. E3 was kind of weird this year, although I don't think I'm the only one saying that. No. It just felt bit empty.
People miss Sony. Let's call a spade a spade.
Definitely,
it felt empty.
Definitely Sony, but like just in general, it didn't feel like anyone had big heavy hitters there. So yeah, Sony wasn't there, but like Microsoft didn't have anything huge there. Bethesda had announcements, but what they were showing was like Doom and Wolfenstein, so expected stuff, So it just felt
they're all
a bit
banking it for
empty.
next year.
Yeah, no.
I think
next year's going to be
next year's
huge.
E3 is going to be.
Next year's E3.
Pretty sure Sony will be back there.
Yeah, and I expect people to have hands-on time with the new consoles there for the first time and new games that will be running on there. So yeah, definitely next. But there's a lot coming up between now and like April.
Yeah,
like a lot of things got release dates that I thought were way too early.
Got my Ori release date finally.
February, right?
It's February. So
I honestly thought it would be out this year.
Also, part of me thought this year, but then another part of me thought next year, just because for the first Ori they showed it a lot and it came out Feb, March, like 2015 or 2016.
Did it also come out of? Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right.
Only in the following year, the definitive edition. But yeah, Feb is Ori, March is Final Fantasy VII Remake, April Cyberpunk. That's my next year's first quarter just completely sorted.
There's something else in March that I keep forgetting
There's
about.
actually a lot in March and April.
Yeah, March and April there's a bunch.
There's so many games.
We got Avengers in May, which is yeah. And then even just this year, you've got Wolfenstein next month, which looks really fun.
It looks awesome.
Doom Eternal in November, which looks incredible. Outer Wilds. Sorry, this is where I get confused. Outer Wilds, Outer Worlds.
You know that when Microsoft opened their conference with that, I was like, isn't this game out already? Because I was thinking Outer Wilds, and I was like, no, wait, sorry, Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, yeah. Outer Worlds is one of the coolest games I saw at E3.
Yeah, it's funny because
cool.
a lot of attention went to Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy VII Remake, but there were a pocket full of people that said, no, actually Outer Worlds was my favorite game of the show, or the most interesting thing I saw.
It's a thing because I feel like Bethesda's lost the plot with what Fallout is. Which
is
makes
like
me
a
sad.
return
This
to
is
that,
literally like Fallout in space, so I'm fucking there for it.
This is a Starscape.
Yeah, Starfield. This is actually Starfield.
They haven't told us that. Like, this is actually the game. You've seen it the whole time.
I'm very down for that game, and that's out in like October. So
I thought it was interesting. Microsoft opened their conference.
Yeah, I was a bit confused by that. I mean, they own Obsidian, but that game's not an exclusive because it was done beforehand. But yeah, I think next year's going to be the big year, especially for Microsoft. Just in terms of what their studios are showing, you know.
Because every year does feel like, the last 3-4 E3s have been, maybe this is Microsoft's year, and this is the one we thought Sony's not there. Yeah. Microsoft are going to kill it. And look, I think they had a strong conference, but at the end of the day, it wasn't.
It wasn't what people were expecting.
No, it wasn't a hype E3 where it was like oh my God, they're remaking Final Fantasy VII. Like that stuff, you're like, whoa, like didn't expect that at all. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 was that, but it's not, that's like a very niche thing. It's a Nintendo thing, you know, it's not I think
people expected big things, but also like Sony early announced they weren't going to be there in like February. By then, Microsoft plans are pretty much locked down. So yeah, I would have liked something. I would have liked especially like them going, hey, Scarlet's out middle of next year. Like that would have been fucking incredible.
Yeah, they it's just said holiday 2020. Which
it just felt deflating that they ended with Scarlet and there was nothing.
They didn't show anything from it, actually.
There was and all the stuff that they did show was stuff that sounds identical to the PlayStation 5.
No, yeah, not only that. It was just the developers talking, which is cool, but then they're throwing numbers out. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. That sounds impressive, but can we see what it actually puts out?
And the word at E3 was a lot of devs they were just talking about
ray tracing.
Ray tracing, yeah. But the fact that the new Xbox and the new PlayStation are so close to each other, like in terms of like feature sets and whatever, it's like.
But yeah, Sony
they're more similar than ever.
It was funny because when Microsoft we watched their Scarlet video, a lot of it was like, well, I actually read a bit about it. Sounds exactly like the article I read.
It's identical, yeah.
And both of their focuses seem to be this like no load time.
Yeah,
one of the big things in Sony's article was like, yeah, the future is no load times, and Microsoft said the same thing. Like, yeah, we hate load times, so we're addressing that. So
well, the thing I'm curious about now is both Microsoft and Sony seem to be building custom SSDs to allow for this, and the idea behind it is like developers can depend on a certain type of speed so that they can design like open worlds that are, you know, like they showed that Spider-Man video. I'm sure you saw that demo where it's like
I didn't watch. I remember reading about it.
So like if you move through there's a video where they increase the speed at which they move through the city, and on a traditional hard drive it eventually like hitches because it's trying to load.
Only load, yeah.
So if developers can depend on the speed from these custom SSDs, what does it mean for PC gaming? Because then eventually the requirements are going to be like, well, you need this.
An SSD. I never thought about that.
But also, like, the consoles, if they're using custom ones that are really fast, will normal SATA SSDs even be fast enough then?
No.
But if developers can't depend on that speed on all their platforms, do they suddenly drop PC ports? Or the PC port's different? Or it's super weird.
Yeah, I actually never thought about that. I don't think they drop PC ports, but it will be a thing of, you know how some games come to PlayStation or Xbox, and then, although I suppose the games that launch on Xbox are on PC already.
But the thing is, if they're designing around that, if they're designing this open world where you can move through it at a certain speed because the loading allows for it, like...
Well, Spider-Man's a perfect example. So just to bring you guys up to speed, they said that you can only reach a certain maximum velocity in Spider-Man because it only loads that fast. Like that's the limit they forced into the game to get around that minimum, well, not minimum, that capped load speed. Yeah. So imagine Spider-Man 2 comes out and now all of a sudden you can swing fast as light because the new PlayStation allows it. Not that game would come to PC, but it couldn't then because that's part of the game. Like, what you're going to have load screens between swinging and stuff, or just like weird slowdowns, or
you. I mean, to me, the only solution there is PC games start requiring
an SSD,
a certain threshold of SSDs.
I actually never thought about that. That is such a weird thing to make, because it always is like you need this graphics card.
Yeah.
You need this much RAM.
Because if
you need this SSD.
Yeah, if the games are designed around that has to be a requirement eventually. So not that I'm saying that's bad, because like even me, I want to.
No, it's not a bad thing, but it's just such a weird, like, if you told me a year ago to predict what the next gen of consoles would be, I mean, I suppose last year we had ray tracing. Has it been a year already? That since has it been like going on a year?
It was like it's nearly a year. Yeah,
it's like I would have said that's where the technology is focusing on, and part of it is like ray tracing is going to be in the new consoles, but not once would I've said faster load times are the next shit,
or that consoles would be enforcing this change. I mean, this is how I'm speculating, but I don't think it's out of the realm of reality to think that if games are being designed around this feature, like PCs have to,
you're gonna have to
enforce it as a requirement. Like that's just how it's going to be. So yeah, I'm curious to see how those things fall into place. And I think next year it's going to be the same as when they announced the Xbox One and the PS4. Sony and Microsoft will have their own separate events before E3, and I think both of them will be back at E3.
Yeah, I think Sony. It was actually like when they said they're not going to be there, it was a bit like, oh, that's a bit weird. But in hindsight, it's such a smart move from them, because I think it was Greg Miller or the Kind of Funny Gamecast saying that by them not being there, like they just not open to criticism.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas Microsoft and Bethesda and all of them, like they had some cool games to show, but a lot of people are like, what a waste of a conference. Like, it depends who you talk to. Some people are like, no, Microsoft had a great showing. Other people saying that is a complete waste of time.
No, but it's, I mean, if Sony was there, people would have expected release dates for like Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, things that maybe Sony's not super prepared to talk about.
And they spoke about, like, the whole E3 last year was just on those 4 core games.
So they can't
imagine
come back
them
with
doing
the
it
same
again.
4. Yeah. No, I think it was a smart move by them in hindsight. I think Microsoft couldn't have skipped it at the same time, because it would have been worse for their image. And I think them getting out there and showing off things from like Ninja Theory and teasing some new games and even mentioning their console, but it worked. And they got a lot of press from having like fucking Keanu Reeves there and shit like that. So
highlight of E3.
Exactly. So
I don't think they expected it to go down that well. Like, I don't think you could predict it to go down that well.
But you can tell, like, Ubisoft's conference was like highs and lows. Bethesda's was highs and lows. Like, everyone's waiting to show off their stuff next year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Stay tuned.
That's your E3 wrap up.
Sorry, it's a month late.
What games have you been playing?
I've been playing so much.
Yeah, you've been playing
so much of stuff.
You've been streaming quite a bit.
I've been clapping that Sekiro Live, but I'm nearly finished with the game. So
I'm plug that channel.
Oh, well, follow me on Twitter at Hairy Knees, twitch.tv/Hairy Knees.
Are you gonna start doing subscriber only streams?
No,
that's a new feature.
No.
Will you strip while you play games?
No, look, I get why that's the thing, but I'm also like, why?
I'm also not
Why?
entirely sure
It's
why.
such a weird thing. Like you have to subscribe to watch. I'm like, well, then I don't want to subscribe to you. Like, whatever. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Sekiro. I'm about 35 hours in, I'd say, and I'm pretty sure I'm close to finishing it. Like I'm in the final area. I've beat a boss, and I'm like, what happens after this? So
the last time I watched you, you were fighting the boss. I'm stuck on Sekiro,
Oh,
so I'm nowhere near the end.
Mr. Lightning Son.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
It's just early days still.
That's you've got long to go. That was
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, the game. There's a lot in that game. It's a really big game.
Have you beaten that dude who shoots spirit balls at you?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I beat him this week.
That dude. You're only this week. Wow.
No, because I went back to him because I saw him. I was like,
like a late game.
No, I think the strategy I had, you could beat him. You'd probably die a lot easier, but I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna come back to this because I'm not even gonna try. That game's really good, but it made me miss Bloodborne because like I'm nearly done with Sekiro. So on Friday I started Bloodborne because I want to platinum it. Bloodborne's still a freaking great game. They're completely different. Like there are obviously the overlaps in styles and items and little nods to each other, but Bloodborne, different game, really good game.
I still think I prefer Bloodborne if I had to choose between them.
They're just completely different.
They are very different.
It was weird going back to Bloodborne because Sekiro forces you to tackle your opponent's head on. So there's me in Bloodborne trying to deflect attacks, which doesn't work. Obviously, in Bloodborne you have to dodge, stay clear, and then time your attacks. With Sekiro, is like no, you have to. Like it benefits you to deflect.
Yeah.
To like attack, deflect.
Yeah.
But so like I really do think FromSoft are so clever. They're like trying new things and force. The thing is, Sekiro comes across as a harder game because it breaks the mold of what FromSoft fans are used to.
Yeah.
Where if Sekiro was the thing of you can just dodge and attack, like it's essentially the same game with a different coats of paint. So. For them just adding this deflect system, I don't know, it's just so clever. So I don't know if it's a thing of like I don't know if I prefer Bloodborne. Like I have moments where I think Sekiro is better and then I think Bloodborne's better, but I'm like they're both just great.
I mean,
games.
I haven't finished Sekiro, but like if I had to choose between them, like Bloodborne stuck with me for a long time, but I also think it's to do with the weird setting and stuff.
Yeah.
Not to say Sekiro is boring. I think it's fascinating. But I think that Victorian era setting just spoke to me a bit more.
One thing I will say about Bloodborne that I think makes it better than Sekiro is that Bloodborne has a lot more replayability. Whereas you can be like, well, I played the game with these 3 weapons last time. This run, I'm going to do this weapon.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I'm going to build my character this way, or go strength build, maybe more endurance to that degree. Where Sekiro is, you've got your prosthetics, which is fine, but it's pretty fixed.
And we're playing at a time where they fixed the prosthetics because I know for the first month or so when Sekiro came out, the prosthetics use a resource called
Spirit Emblems.
Spirit Emblems, yeah. The game was tuned to not give you those, like, at all.
Didn't give them to you at all?
Well, like, you got very few. So you had to use your prosthetics very sparingly. And they patched it to... From Software, basically like, no, we want people to experiment with prosthetics more openly. So they started, they tuned it so that you get far more. So I know a lot of people who played Sekiro the first time were just like, well, it feels a bit stale, because you're just using your sword. So we're playing it, and even then, I still feel like I hardly use my prosthetics. So.
Yeah, but what I will say is that even though Sekiro doesn't like give you the flexibility to have different weapons, whatever, it does let you play the game to your play style. Like you can. So John Michael and I are both playing. We're both playing it. John Michael. We're both playing it sort of simultaneously. He just finished it this week.
Okay.
And we often talk, and he's like, "No, I've been."
That's the best way to play FromSoft games.
Yeah,
with someone.
with you, and we sit and we chat, and he says like, "Well, the way you've been doing things, I never considered that, but here's how I've been doing things." And you're like, "Oh." So they do give you these tools, and there are different ways to combine them and use them together.
It's honestly the best way to play these games. Is like. You go, man, I'm really stuck on this guy. I've tried this and that, and you talk about it. It feels
always
really
interesting.
Good.
It's like, how did you defeat the boss? I did it this way. Oh shit! Like I never thought about it. This is how I did it.
I think when I was watching one of the streams, he was on there as well, and you beat someone. He was like, "Oh, I did it completely differently." Yeah, Which is awesome because
cool,
when you beat a boss, I always feel like, oh, I had to do it that way.
You had to, yeah.
So
there is room for different strats, but I think Bloodborne gets from me like an extra nod because it's more open in that regard. But point is, both great games, and I'll probably touch on Sekiro more next week when I finish it and say like, yes.
What do you think about Elden Ring?
Like the trailer's cool.
Yeah.
It's exciting that George R.R. Martin's working with them because my thing is even without this amazing author's brain, FromSoft have always created incredible worlds.
Yeah, that's
like they have these awesome settings and things they never like outright tell you like this is the law, and it's a thing of you slowly start to piece together, and it's the same with Sekiro. That you start like there are these different clans and these people look different, and what the hell's going on? You're like, and you start figuring it out. Now, just imagine that with
George R.
R. Martin to like flesh out things even more. It's going to be a massive open world apparently. So
I'm thinking what I'm hoping for is that it will have the vagueness and the intrigue of a FromSoft game, but with like a lot more like maybe named characters that have more in-depth stories that George R. Martin is
can
help
them flesh it out, or I don't know. I think it's a cool collaboration, so we'll see.
I'm pretty keen on having this like open world. Every time I read about it, it sounds almost like a Dark Souls crossed with the Shadow of the Colossus vibe.
Yeah,
because it's like you're getting around on a horse. There's going to be horse combat, stuff like that, and I forgot the guy's name now.
The guy made Miyazaki.
Miyazaki, that's the one.
Yeah.
I was thinking Mizuguchi, but that's Tetris Effect. Miyazaki was basically like, this is a Dark Souls game. Well, it's a Souls.
I think it's closer
game.
to Dark Souls than it is to Bloodborne and Sekiro.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, cool, I'm down for that.
That's fine. I'm itching. Let me tell you, I thought I'd never hear myself say these words. I'm itching to play Dark Souls. Just to go back now and play. No, I'll probably skip 1 and 2. Just do 3. See.
3's a lot like 3 learnt a lot from Bloodborne. So yeah, one I think 1's still worth going back, but it's so hard.
It's hard.
I really after Bloodborne, I'm like, I get these games, and I played Dark Souls 1. I'm like, fuck,
no,
I don't understand shit.
I'll play Dark Souls, not right now because I'll fatigue on that. Studios games, but
you've got Dark Souls 3 game.
I know, I do. That's why I'm like, I can play it.
Matty's enjoying all.
But yeah, next up is I'm stealing your Bloodborne DLC. That's probably what I'll play.
Best. So good.
Yeah,
that DLC is real good. Can't wait till you get to Orphan of Kos.
I know. Enough about me. What have you been playing? Do tell.
I haven't been playing much.
I know.
With all the traveling.
I guess we can just end the podcast now.
Yeah, no.
Goodbye.
You've been playing Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I've been playing a bit of Cadence of Hyrule, which are very similar.
Very similar, made by the same
studio, yeah. So Cadence of Hyrule is basically so it's not really Crypt of the Necrodancer with Zelda. It's more a Zelda game than I was expecting. So if you don't know what Crypt of the Necrodancer is, it's basically like a roguelike.
It's a rhythm-based roguelike.
A rhythm-based roguelike, which sounds
like that.
When someone first pitched me on the idea, I was like, "This sounds impossible to play," but it's actually so well done. So like
it's really good.
The floor is like segmented into like these checkerboards that alternate between like dark and light according to the beat. And then you listen to the music, which also has a specific beat, and then you've got a bar at the bottom that helps you keep track. So you've got many ways to like. It's almost like a sensory overload, but they all help you stay in tune with the music.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is moving around. So you're not pressing buttons to attack or whatever. Your movement to a block where there is an enemy automates an attack. But based on you sticking to the beat, your attacks will be stronger.
Or coin multiplier goes up.
Yeah, there's a multiplier, and also enemies move according to the beat. So you have to predict their moves, because if
they've got a specific moveset.
Yeah, if they move into your space, you'll get damaged. So you're constantly doing. It's a dance, like through and
really
through. It's a dance. You're moving around, first sticking to the beat, but also recognizing the patterns of enemies so that you can hit them without taking damage. And it's really fun. Crypt of the Necrodancer is hard as hell.
That game, though, so I'd heard a lot about it. It's like, great game, but I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
So it was on sale at E3. It was $50, down from like $250.
Deal.
I bought it, and when I started playing it, I was like, this is like, what is this? This is
It's
ridiculous.
Weird. Super weird, yeah.
I can only move in time to the music, and you don't push like an attack button. I was hooked though.
It takes a while to get used to though.
It takes a while to get used to, but I was proper hooked. So I've sunk in like 10 hours immediately.
But Crypt of the Necrodancer is hard.
Yeah,
like,
it
I know a
really
lot
is
of people
hard,
who love that game and did not finish it.
I still haven't. I've finished level 1, 2,
You haven't even got to the Necrodancer yet.
Probably not.
It's a hard as hell game. So Cadence of Hyrule is not that hard. Cadence of Hyrule is like a what if we made Link to the Past but with the mechanics of Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Okay.
So like when you start the game, your entire open world is randomly generated.
Okay. But it's an open world though.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Because Crypt of the Necrodancer is like it's
linear.
It's specific. It's like dungeon type sets, if I could call it that.
Yeah.
And they're randomly generated.
Yeah, no. So Zelda's world is randomly generated, and you choose to play as Zelda or Link at the beginning, and you can unlock the other character as you play.
Cadence.
Oh no! So Cadence is the protagonist from Crypt of the Necrodancer. You don't play as her.
No, you don't play as her.
No, she's almost like she arrives in Hyrule by some like
sorcery.
thing. Yeah, and she like explains to Link and Zelda what's going on, like in terms of the rhythm and the music. Because the big bad is this like
Ganon.
It's not Well, yeah, I don't know. It's this,
Disco Ganon.
It's this big person who like transforms Hyrule into this dancing world, and
that sounds awesome. Why would you want to stop that?
it's pretty cool. So you move around this open world, like each screen opens up a new portion of the map, and it feels very Zelda-ish. Like you've got puzzles in each screen. Sometimes like you've got to move certain things to get to a chest or something, and then the enemies are all Zelda-likes. So you've got your the goblins, and you've got the little, what are those? The little like goos.
I couldn't
the kujus or whatever. Yeah,
whatever those things are called.
Those things. You've got the lizards as well. So it's very cool. Like it's all very recognizable and like homely in a sense. And the whole objective is to just beat these 4 dungeons, each of which has a very classic Zelda boss at the end that has like a musical twist to it, which is really fun. Cool. The dungeons aren't as inventive. The dungeons aren't like Zelda dungeons where you need to figure out a puzzle. It's more like you get a key, you get into a room, you fight a little battle, you get another key.
Okay. So you're just working your way through the dungeon.
Yeah. So 4 dungeons, then you're, the main story boss. It's actually not that long, apparently. It's like 8 to 10 hours.
That's still fun, though.
Yeah, it's very good. And then if you want to play again, you can play again, and it randomly generates the world.
Okay.
Again,
so,
yeah. So there's lots of items to find. What I found is that it's hard at first, and it's got the Crypt of the Necrodancer thing that when you die, you use diamonds to buy like permanent upgrades. Eventually, there will just be this point where it will click over and it will be extremely easy.
Like you figure it out.
Yeah, I've got the wide attack forever now. So now I do like so much damage, and I haven't died in a very long time. So
it's been 4 years.
It's not the same in that regard, but it's such a heavy Zelda game as opposed to just a Crypt of the Necrodancer skin. It's like very surprising.
That's cool though.
Yeah, and the music's top notch. Danny,
that guy,
Danny B remixed a lot of Zelda music in his style with the shopkeeper singing as well.
Oh, I love the shopkeeper.
Good, yeah. Oh, you understand now. The Crypt of the Necrodancer soundtrack is so
really good. I've listened to it nonstop.
It's phenomenal.
Can I tell you ran to that soundtrack? It's so good.
Oh yeah, I've done that. I've been at gym to that soundtrack many times. It is a phenomenal soundtrack.
Like wow, I'm so fit. How did this happen?
And the shopkeeper versions of each song is so good.
I really enjoy that game. The soundtrack is just So I want to pick up Cadence of Hyrule, but I'm going to wait.
Yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer is super worth it. And then if you want to be super, like pedantic about it, you can play it with a dance mat.
What? Why would you do that?
A lot of people do that because it's like a dance thing. You're keeping to the beat and you're just moving in cardinal directions. It's a good time.
I never thought. Actually, I did see that video on Twitter where there was somebody tweeted it.
That was Jean-Luc from GameSpot. He was doing it with Cadence of Hyrule. Yeah, what a champ.
What a guy.
Yeah. But yeah, Cadence of Hyrule is super dope. I really, really like it. And it's a lot of people's first exposure to Crypt of the Necrodancer style game. And,
which is a very unique style of game. Let's be honest.
I would 100% suggest you buy Crypt of the Necrodancer now because that game is
dirt cheap as well.
It's
Crypt
just
of the
way
Necrodancer.
harder.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. And Cadence of Hyrule, brand new game, so you can expect it's like $40.
Yeah, I think it's like $400 I paid, but I'm super happy with the purchase.
That's that.
Other than that, I've been playing. I finished Pokemon Let's Go. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
How was it?
It was fun. Yeah. Those games get real repetitive.
You ready for Sword and Shield?
Yeah. There's some things in Sword and Shield that I thought Let's Go fixed, and they're bringing it back, like some random encounters and stuff. But it's fun. Whatever. Yeah. I caught the 3 legendary birds. They're cool.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to catch Mewtwo now. He's fucking me up.
He's like, hell no.
Yeah, he's destroying my party. It's crazy. But yeah, it was fun. It was a cool game.
That's cool.
Yeah, I beat Darren. I named my rival Darren. So I fucked him up at the end. Yeah.
Please tell me you took a screenshot. You're like,
I did.
Ha. I did. Send it to you like,
I took a screenshot of the character Darren saying, "You're the best, Sandy."
Oh my word, that's amazing. Did you tweet that? I need to go find it.
I'm keeping it for his special
he's saving it
occasion.
now.
Yeah.
For his birthday.
So that was fun. I enjoyed that. That game took long. It was like 30 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, it took
Damn.
very long.
did you catch all of them?
No, hell no. I'm not even close. And then I've been playing Formula 1 2019.
Vroom 2019.
Vroom 2019. Let me tell
You're
you.
the perfect target audience for that game because you love Formula 1.
I do.
In real life.
I do. I love Formula 1 and I'm real frustrated by Formula 1 lately. Yeah, because
Is it bland?
the FIA and their rulings have made the racing so fucking bland. It's so boring. Like, I don't mind that one team's winning constantly, but let it be exciting races, and it's not.
Yeah. And
The game is completely different. It's super
exciting.
It's great.
Unlike real Formula 1, it's
Exactly.
actually exciting.
I love the one last year. I think last year's one was like one of the best racing games
I
ever
think
made.
a lot of the Formula 1 games recently have been
Top notch.
they are really good, but I don't know, like I think only fans have been picking them up.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's a bit of a pity because I think one of the things you need to know about Formula 1 is that it's extremely accessible in terms of the game. Because it really it gives you so many options to play the way that you want. Like you can play fully assisted. Like the way I play, I put on ABS brakes because fuck that shit. I don't understand how that shit works when it's off.
Yeah.
I don't understand how traction control works, so I put that shit on. But everything else I turn off. So I'm changing my own gears. I'm only getting a braking line, stuff like that. But if you want all of that on, if you wanted to do gear shifting for you, if you want help with some braking zones, if you want help with because there's all sorts of things on the car. You have to control like kinetic energy that is used. You have to control downforce on your wings, and all of that can be like super daunting if you don't understand what it does. But you can get the game to do all of that for you, and then slowly turn things on and off, on and off, on and off. So I think if you just want to have a game where you're going around a track and like just racing, you can have that. And if you want a full simulator, like this game is used on some Formula 1 drivers use it. I mean, they've got their own simulators, but I've seen them play this and it's like incredibly accurate. So you have both sides of the coin essentially. And I just think it's really good. Like you play like a career mode, so you go through like a season of Formula 1. And they've gamified like certain parts of Formula 1 that are usually very boring to watch. Like before every race, there's 3 practice sessions. And those practice sessions are used to kind of like, see, this is where it gets boring. It's like, see how badly the tires wear down on the track and fuel management and whatever. And you're like, oh, that sounds boring. But they've gamified it in a way where it's like, you can do good or really excellent at these tests. And it gives you objectives to do within these tests that help you both learn the track and help you like define the way you're going to race on the Sunday race. So it's a bit difficult to explain like in detail because like I'd have to get into like really technical aspects and that is all boring stuff, but they've made every aspect of a race weekend exciting.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was last year as well. They've just refined it this time. So yeah, 2019 is super fun.
That's cool.
And it looks beautiful.
The last Formula 1 game I played, Formula 1 97.
Jesus.
On the PlayStation 1.
Have you seen that video doing the rounds where it's just the Formula 1 games but showing their like graphics evolution?
Oh yeah, it's like
wild.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, nowadays it's so pretty, and I'm playing it on PC, so it's got like
It's extra
high frame rates. It's a good time.
Did you put ray tracing on? So the
There's
light
no ray
bar-
tracing. Damn.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's true.
Damn, that's cool though.
It's cool. And then outside of the career modes, you've got like classic exhibition modes and a bunch of cars from a lot of eras of racing. You've even got this little exhibition mode, which is like not a retelling, but like a tribute to Ayrton Senna and Alan Prost's rivalry in the early
30s.
1900s. Yeah.
The late 1800s. When
No, not the 1800s, the 1990s. Sorry, what am I saying? So yeah, I think after because there was that Netflix series for Formula One.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's called Drive to Survive, and I highly recommend people watch it because even if you're not into Formula One, it's like a really motivational series. Like you see how dedicated people are to their craft and stuff, and it's like really like shit. People can get really invested in something that they're really good at.
Yeah.
And I think after that, a lot of people got interested in Formula One. I know Sam, who writes for Critical Hit, watched that series and is like, cool, I'm going to start watching Formula One races now.
Damn.
And he chose a very bad season to do that in.
I was like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great fucking game. Like
That's
I
cool.
bought a fucking racing chair to play that thing with the steering wheel now.
Where's your chair? Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
You really did.
Because it's
Sitting in the corner.
Because I've had a racing wheel for ages and I've just needed a chair, and I'm like, fine,
Wait,
I'll
how do
finally
you
do it.
Where do you fit it here if you're playing on PC?
I'll have to move my PC to my TV.
Oh, yeah,
probably.
you haven't used it yet.
No, I haven't used it. I bought it I bought it like 2 days ago, secondhand from a dude.
Oh,
Because
no.
they knew they're like
Very
$5,000.
expensive,
Fuck
yeah.
that shit. But yeah, Formula One's dope.
So that's exciting.
I love it. I've played 10 hours and I'm only like 4 races into the season because
wow.
the race weekends take long. Or they can take as long as you want. You can simulate sessions.
Yeah.
But the simulation doesn't really work. But I like taking it slowly. I like every track I get to is like, shit, I don't understand this track. It's almost like a puzzle.
Yeah,
I need
you
to
have to figure it
understand
out.
where do I brake? How many gears do I shift? And by the end of it, I feel like I know every corner so well that
You're getting
I
better
know
and better.
exactly. I know downshift 3 times here, turn, upshift 4, like, and that's how Formula One drivers do it. They know they can
So
do those
they
tracks
so well,
blind almost. Like,
Yeah. Do you when you do the races, is it the full race? Like
no.
70 laps
So
or-
you can do that if you're crazy.
Only an hour and a half of intense
Jesus, fuck that
concentration.
noise,
Like, why
yeah.
not?
Some people do that shit.
Jesus.
I shorten it, so it's usually about 16 to 18 laps, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
That's still quite cool. That's like, what, half an hour?
Yeah, it takes about half an hour. Yeah. One thing I do recommend, there's like most racing games, there's a flashback feature, and I try not to use it because I want to feel like if I make a mistake in a race.
That's, yeah.
So I don't use it when I make a mistake, but sometimes the AI is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, screw
the AI
you.
is just overly aggressive and like it's not realistic. Like they will push you off the track sometimes for no reason and it will fuck your race entirely.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck that.
Rewind.
Yeah, rewind. Like I refuse to have a race ruined by some erratic AI. But if I miss a turn or I hit a sandbank, I won't use it because I want
You
to.
like-
But I think it's good to keep on in those cases because the AI is fucking ridiculous sometimes.
Who's the most asshole AI you've encountered? Who pushes you off the track the most?
Kimi fucking Raikkonen.
Oh
man.
my
I
God,
can't
Kimi
believe
Wa.
it. That dude, I see him coming on the side. I'm like, there's no way you're gonna brake in time. Doesn't
He's
brake
just
in
like,
time.
no,
It just
crashes
hits me.
into
And
you.
I'm just like, thanks.
Okay.
Awesome. Great. I'm great. I'm
amazing.
glad that I'm a bumper car to help you brake. Like,
And Hamilton's a polite driver. He just lets you go.
yeah. Well, I'm driving for a low tier team at first.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm not even seeing him. So yeah.
Where are you, Hamilton?
I would also recommend cranking up the difficulty because you've got like a slider that goes from 1 to 100.
Of difficulty.
Yeah.
That is the biggest difficulty scale I've seen in my
It's
life.
weird.
Would you like to play on very, very, very easy, very, very, very easy, very easy,
Easy.
normal, very normal,
Childish.
extra normal?
Yeah. On its default, it's like medium, but it's way too easy. Like you can be racing with the slowest team on the roster and qualifying first.
Oh wow!
And that just breaks the realism. Yeah, you're like, that's not possible.
That's not possible. Yeah.
So I've cranked it up to like 60 or 70, and it feels hard. Like I'm not hitting some objectives that the teams want me to, which feels realistic. Like you shouldn't be hitting all of them.
Yeah.
And like when I do hit them, it's like it feels like a strong victory. Like I fucking nailed it.
That's cool.
So yeah,
Formula One 2019.
It's good. It's real good.
And it's available on like every platform.
Yeah. Someone asked me if it's a worthy upgrade. No, it's not on Switch.
Okay.
No.
Everything but Switch.
Someone asked me if it's like a worthy upgrade over last year, and I'm like, yeah, probably. Like you get a new roster, you've got it visually. There's a big jump.
I think every year they're learning more.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty happy with it.
That's cool.
And I'm going to be playing for a while.
Formula 1 29. Yeah, I was just going to say, because races take so long, like you've got the practice sessions and the races, you could stretch that game out almost, say next year, you could do the races yourself.
Yeah.
While they're happening in the actual season.
I know. I know SA Gamer hosts a thing that does that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Because like if you enjoy the sport, that's almost a really cool way to really know the track inside out. You've raced it yourself, then you watch the...
I know they do that. It's like a playdate thing. So before every Formula One weekend on the Friday, they race that track.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I know for the online for 2019, it's doing something similar. So it's like there are events that come every week or every 2 weeks for a track, and then players online will race that track. So it feels like a Grand Prix weekend
for cool.
online play. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Damn. Formula 1 2019.
Should we get to
we actually fun.
I don't know how news is.
Are there any game releases?
Game releases. I keep forgetting that we do that first. Yes. Let's do that.
What is coming out?
So we're looking at games from June 29th, that was yesterday, to what's it, July?
Are we heading into busy season?
July's still pretty busy. August is not that busy, but then it gets ridiculous again.
I'm ready.
So June,
ready for all the releases.
Okay, so all the releases came out last week, like Valve Index's headset is out, Formula 1 is out, Super Mario Maker 2 is out, which I really
Hallelujah.
like. So yeah, that stuff. So July 2nd, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition. I hate that name. Coming to Switch. Cool.
Nice. Bring it.
Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers expansion, July 2nd, PC and PS4, which I know a lot of people have been super stoked for.
Take my money. What?
Stranger Things 3, the game.
The game.
PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, July 4th.
Speaking of which, Stranger Things 3.
July 4th as well.
No, out next weekend.
Super
Can't
excited.
Wait.
Super excited. Wonderblade, PC, Android, iOS.
Wonderblade.
What Remains of Edith Finch coming to Switch July 4th. Very good game. But I've got it on PS Plus, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, I might have it as well.
I need to play that. I know a lot of people say it's really good. They Are Billions, which is out officially on PC, is coming to Xbox One and PS4 on July 5th and 9th, respectively.
They Are Billions. Zombie survival simulator.
This is the big one that I'm very curious to play. Sea of Solitude.
Oh, yeah?
Is that like indie game coming from EA? That one, like that like flooded city, and it's got a really cool art style.
Why has that been so quiet? Or am I imagining that?
I mean, it was pretty cool at E3. But yeah, I'm super stoked for that game.
Nice.
It's PC, PS4, Xbox One. Then we've got Attack of Titan 2 Final Battle, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it for this week. Yeah. But this week's got some highlights. We've got the new That Game Company game, Sky, is coming out.
Oh, that's on mobile though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've got this cool noir mystery game called Night Call coming out later this month. We've got Wolfenstein Youngblood.
We're in July, just about.
We've got Fire Emblem.
Oh, is that the new Switch one?
Yeah. Yeah. So, some good stuff this year.
This year? Yo.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, is that out this month as well?
Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Damn.
That game's good.
Did you play it at E3?
Well, Dragon Quest Builders. I
Yeah.
played the first one. I loved it. So
okay.
I'm super keen for the sequel.
That's cool. I never played it.
It's real good.
So is it like Minecraft but better?
It's Minecraft with objectives and story.
Take my money.
It's real good.
That's
it's like
cool.
someone will be like, I need this thing.
You spoke about it on Checkpoint Chat,
Yeah,
I
because I
think,
played it on
long
Switch,
ago. Yeah.
It's
Back-
I love that
back
game.
in the
And I
day.
have no point of reference for Dragon Quest, but
even
man,
me.
I love that game. News.
Let's get to news. What was there any big news this week? I feel like I didn't really see anything.
The news is, post
dry.
E3 is always a bit dry.
It's dry. Let's
but
see
there's things every now and then.
what's Critical Hit been writing for clicks.
Yeah, what
In desperation.
when
When there's no news. I've actually nothing comes to mind for this week.
there's not that much. There was this thing about Stadia which I thought was a given, but apparently there was the need to reiterate it, that games on Stadia that you buy will be the same price as anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why people were bitching at their pre E3 announcement thing, because they was like, that's a bit fucked.
Yeah, my thing with Stadia, I really thought it was going to be like a Netflix subscription service. You pay X and you get access to certain amounts of games, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand Stadia that much anymore now, because the tech sounds really rad, but if you want to play 4K or you just want HDR support, the stuff that consoles have made staples now, you need to pay a monthly subscription of $15, which cool.
Yeah.
You're using Google's hardware. I get it, whatever. But then you have to pay $60 for a game
top of that,
you
yeah.
can only play with other Stadia players. Destiny is talking about crossplay between their platforms, but Stadia players will only have access to other Stadia players.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be
It's
interesting
a weird
thing.
time, to buy your game on a service that you can only use then, and if Google shuts that shit down, that's it. That purchase
sorry
is gone.
for you, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a weird it's a weird
I don't
thing.
know. I don't feel comfortable.
Not at all. Yeah.
Commit to I don't know how Stadia would work here, but if I had access to it, I would not be keen on committing for that very reason of there's no real player base yet. You still have to pay a subscription on top of your $60 that you're paying for the game, and it could just
disappear.
Yeah, just disappear forever. So I don't know.
This is where I think Microsoft's xCloud just makes more sense, because you'll definitely have to pay for that service. Because again, you're using their hardware. But any games that you purchase on xCloud, my assumption, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft, this is what they were alluding to.
Surely they'd be smart enough.
It's it's connected to your Xbox
you own
account.
it. It's like you buy the game.
Yeah.
And you can stream it if you want,
Exactly. So if you ever buy a console in the future, you'll have access to that game.
Download it, have it on your system.
Or vice versa. Any games that you own, you'll have access to
can
on
stream it,
Stadia, where if you pay the subscription fee or whatever. And Microsoft is not saying that this is going to replace their traditional console. It's just another branch of it, which I think is the best. So it's you can have your console at home, but you can play your games abroad using xCloud. Whereas Stadia is you have to use that system everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think Microsoft got given a gift in that respect, because Stadia does not seem like a good bet at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know who's banking on it. I don't have you seen many people saying wow,
no.
Can't wait for it. So
I know
excited.
a lot of people are curious. They're just curious to see how it works.
The tech is interesting, but
100%, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I don't know.
Only time
the
will
model
tell.
just doesn't make sense to me.
No,
at
it
all.
doesn't. It's not.
The E3 Game Critic Awards came out.
Oh yeah.
And your game of show was Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What? Not Cyberpunk? Interesting.
Yeah. Cyberpunk wasn't even part of the nominees.
What?
Which is weird. But Star Wars Fallen Order was, which I thought was pretty average.
That gameplay,
Weird.
I don't know. It's weird because you have people saying it's a Star Wars game, they're excited, and I get that. But the gameplay looks very lackluster.
The new gameplay that came out is a lot better. Yeah, because now you understand that it's more a Metroidvania.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Metroidvania with Sekiro combat, and I'm
that's cool. But so they showed gameplay at EA Access, whatever.
Yeah,
I watched it and I was like, that does not look good. But then the very next day they showed a trailer at the Microsoft conference. I was like, shit, that looks awesome. But it looks nothing like the gameplay we saw yesterday. So it's a weird thing.
And I know a lot of people who played it at the show said it feels a lot better to play than it looks
yeah.
because it's a hard game to demo because it's slow.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, and they were the ones also talking about these Metroidvania aspects, like you can fly to any planet at will, and you'll need certain things or certain upgrades from certain parts to access other areas and other planets. And I'm like, I'm fucking down for that.
Look, yeah. I'm not shooting the game down by any means. It hasn't released.
No,
I don't know.
It was a bad demo.
It demoed badly. Yeah, it looked very bland
demo, for sure. So yeah, Best of Show, Final Fantasy VII Remake 1. Other nominees were Borderlands 3, Doom Eternal, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, The Outer Worlds, and Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh boy.
Best original game. So these are new games, and this shows you how few of them there were at E3.
A whole full.
Outer Wilds won and beat out 12 minutes, which looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, is that
one where
the
you
one?
loop in 12 minutes in an apartment. That looks really
That was
cool.
a good trailer, yeah.
Bleeding Edge, which is the new Ninja Theory game. Control, which is out in August and looks
Was
really
that
good.
at E3?
It was, yeah.
Did you get hands on time with any of those
on
games?
PC.
Okay.
Yeah. John Wick Hex as well, which was really good.
I got to play that.
Too.
Yeah, a lot of people said that was really good.
Really, really good. Very excited for that game. Best console game, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not going to go through nominees.
Yeah, that's fine.
Best PC game, Doom Eternal, which I played as well. Very good. Very excited for that game.
Can't wait for that.
Buy that game on PC. Best VR AR game, Phantom COVID Ops. I think this is the one that I heard other people talking about. It's like a first-person shooter, but you're on a kayak. So you're kayaking at the same time as like shooting, and apparently it's ridiculous.
Oh,
and cool.
Actually, I think I've seen footage of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds
amazing.
really fun. Best hardware peripheral, Xbox Elite controller. The
Hooray.
second one, yeah, okay. Sega Genesis Mini and the
Okay.
Smack Z.
What is the Smack?
The Smack Z is like it's like a device to stream your Steam library to like a handheld device. I don't know.
Okay. Smacksy.
Best action game, Doom Eternal.
Yes.
Best action adventure, Watch Dogs Legion.
Yes.
Best RPG, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes.
Best racing game, Crash Team Racing.
Isn't that out now?
Yeah, which is weird.
You haven't bought it yet. Who are you?
No, I do. I have a copy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have a copy. Who do you think?
What? I was like, what? Who are
Best sports game. Okay, this is the dumbest name for a video game. Let me just tell you. eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. So
Okay.
eFootball, but then Pro Evolution Soccer in the same name.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't you have both in the same? Why is it eFootball?
I don't know.
It's so you don't confuse it with actual football. This is electronic football.
So it's pairs, but
like
they've
esports.
added eFootball to the.
I don't know. Maybe it's an SEO thing.
And they've done the thing where, because esports is it's now all small letters, right?
Esports, yeah.
It's not small e and a big S or capitalized S. They've done that. Small e and capitalized F. So they've just. I hate everything.
They just saw an opening in the market for capital S's. So
I hate everything.
Capital F's.
Best strategy game, John Wick Hex.
Oh, yes.
Which beat out Fire Emblem and Age of Empires 2. So that's pretty impressive.
That's made by, just for context, by
Mike
old
Bithell.
Mark Bithell,
Mike
who
Bithell
did
and co.
Thomas Was Alone and it's the Subcircular games,
Subsurface Circular. And he made a Volume.
Volume, yeah.
Yeah.
But John Wick Hex looks closest to Volume than it does
John Wick Hex
games.
is like I saw someone describe it as a mashup between XCOM and Superhot, and I was like,
oh yes,
yeah, pretty good.
That sounds, yeah.
Because it's like XCOM in execution, but you're moving so much quicker that it feels almost like
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking good. I'm super keen for that game. Best family social game, Luigi's Mansion 3.
Luigi.
Hell yeah. I'm super excited.
Mario.
Did you see footage of this other game called Fall Guys?
Was that
It's like a battle royale,
yeah,
but
that
like
was
a
at-
game show.
What's that studio called? Not the studio, the publisher. I've gone blank now. The dude who did
Devolver?
Devolver, yeah, it was at their showcase.
It looks fun.
really cool. Honestly,
It looks like a lot of
I haven't
fun.
seen any gameplay, but that footage, I was like, that makes so much sense. It's a battle royale that looks like a game
Looks like
show.
Takeshi's Castle or
yes,
something
yeah,
like that,
where
battle
like
royale.
100 people start and then you just slowly
It
get
looks
eliminated.
so fun. I'm very,
That's very
very
cool.
curious to play that game. Yeah. Best online multiplayer. That's weird. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They didn't show multiplayer at the show.
What? Didn't they?
No,
So how did they win an award?
they haven't revealed the multiplayer.
Was it not at Judges Week? Maybe like exclusive. I don't know. That's weird.
All the things that people have been speaking about this game is nothing to do with the multiplayer.
No.
But Bleeding Edge, Gears 5, Breakpoint, and Youngblood all had multiplayer on show.
Huh.
That's fucked up.
That's weird.
Okay. Best independent game, 12 minutes.
Oh, that looks so good.
Best ongoing game, Destiny 2. Special commendations for graphics, Cyberpunk 2077.
I don't understand why that game wasn't... Was it because it was shown last year, I guess?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought the demo was still really good.
You saw the behind closed doors stuff.
The 40-minute demo. It didn't blow me away like last year, but I think that's a case of, I've seen this before.
You've seen it now, yeah.
But they also define the game a lot better. Like, it feels like a lot of people said it felt like Deus Ex, and yes, it does. But it feels like Deus Ex with the open-endedness and story crafting of CD Projekt Red, which I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yes.
But
back when you did Final Fantasy VII Remake, that looks so good.
Yeah.
That was, combat, the showcase was really good.
Everyone who played it was like, this combat is phenomenal.
Yeah, my only thing is, though, so did you watch that demonstration, the whole Scorpion boss fights, everything?
Yes.
It's very cinematic.
Yes.
And I wonder how they'll... I know the first game is just on Midgar, but I wonder how they'll carry that through. Like, will every boss fight be that cinematic?
Yeah,
will there be
I'm curious.
That many different... Like, when anything happens, like cutscenes, different angles, cuts to this angle, a lot of dialogue. I'm like, will they keep it up the whole game? I don't know.
I'm almost, like, certain that game will never finish. Like,
they
will not finish all the parts.
I don't know.
I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't know. That game is so weird because it's like I want it, but also like the whole nature of its episodicness is so bizarre.
I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. I'm very excited regardless because hey, it's Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
But like one thing is okay, you've finished episode one, whatever they call it. I've leveled. Do they level cap at like 30, for example, then like the next game you raise the level cap and you get more. But it's like I think that's how they would do it. But I'm still like it's weird.
But also like the amount of polish they're going for. Like how long are you going to wait between?
I don't know
exactly
because that game looks very polished.
It looks huge. So
yeah, it's huge and it looks.
That's
polished.
why it's like if you're waiting 2-3 years between installments,
we'll finish the game in 10 years. Can't wait.
But yeah, the combat is apparently phenomenal. You play as Cloud and you'll initiate his limit break and then you'll bounce to Barrett as his limit break hits and use his. So it feels apparently so very natural. God of War almost didn't have Kratos, according to what's his name?
Cory
Barlog.
They also said Atreus was almost cut as well.
So what the fuck would it have been?
I don't know. I'm like, okay, how would you just...
You play as the world serpent?
How would you cut him out?
Plays the world. It's the world's biggest game of Snake.
You play, and when you die, you have the Colonel shouting Snake.
Universes as the world serpent.
You play as Mimir. You just tell stories.
It's the prequel.
You just tell stories for days.
Oh, I'd love that. This was kind of a cool thing. Ubisoft released this report regarding subtitles, and it showed some like huge stats that like people actually use subtitles a bunch.
I use subtitles.
Yeah, I use subtitles as well
because sometimes it's very hard to hear what players are saying. Not players, characters are saying. Yeah, and I'm one of those people that I have to read every detail. So I like to make sure I catch every snippet of dialogue, and that's subtitles help me do that. So
one of the stats thrown out was that 97% of players in Far Cry New Dawn didn't turn off subtitles that were automatically enabled. So if they're on by default, players usually
just
don't turn them off. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, 95% of players never turn the subtitles off either. Division 2, a game that's far less reliant on narrative, 75% of players turn subtitles on during their time with the game. So they
actually put it on.
Yeah.
I'm one of those players. I always put it on.
Yeah, fairly interesting. So that's why when games like Spyro Reignited launch without subtitles, it's like, fucking detrimental.
Yeah.
Epic Game... Wow, this header.
What is that header?
It's a Darren header. Epic Games' Tim Sweeney says that their strategy of grabbing exclusives is the only way to challenge Steam's dominance.
Just for context, the header image it's two wrestlers.
Looks like Shawn Michaels.
One has the Steam icon as its head, and the other one has the Epic Games.
Looks like something I would Photoshop, honestly.
It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the fervor around Epic Games is kind of like subsided slightly.
Yeah.
especially when Steam starts doing stupid ass shit like they did with their summer sale rules, where a bunch of indie devs complained because part of the rules of their Grand Prix minigame is to like delist games from your wish list.
Oh, they fixed that since.
Yeah, they fixed it. But like, Steam is not this bastion of good ideas. They make dumb things and they need to be challenged.
There was an article, I think, I know it was on Kotaku, one of those sites. They tried to understand, I think it was PC Gamer. They basically looked at the Grand Prix minigame and explained how it makes absolutely no sense.
It's fucking so... I was reading through it last night. I'm like this
what,
is so confusing.
Because then they use similar terms. It's like you have boost and then boost, like as a dumb example, you have boost and then boost energy and then points and then energy points. It's like, okay, there's a lot of like weird language going on here. So I don't know.
It's very confusing. I did some stuff. I boosted a team. I'm part of a team with corgis. I chose them because they're coming first. That's it. No, I have no idea. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
But
I haven't even engaged.
Cyberpunk, so that's cool.
I haven't even engaged with the sale yet.
Yeah.
But
no, I haven't either.
If you looking for games, this is the best time to buy it. Everything's so cheap.
I think what I am going to buy is some Zachtronic games. Zachtronics makes like really in-depth puzzle games like Opus Magnum, and the one I want is called
is that what it's called?
No, it's called Exapunks.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a hacking coding game. It looks really
That's
cool.
Nice. Oh, that's what I played.
Apex season. Okay, you can talk about this because you watched this.
It's just them. They've
Apex
leaked.
Legends season 2.
Season 2 looks dope. Let me tell you.
Is there a character called Crypto?
That's I don't know if it is confirmed, but
does he shoot Bitcoin?
That was the first thing I said as well. But yeah, so that character in the header, Watson, is coming out. I think the new season launches this week on Monday or Tuesday.
Ooh.
So she launches with the new season. And I don't know, I think they alluded to the next character, or I don't know if someone like data minded, but the next character is called Crypto. We don't know anything about that character. But season 2 looks really good. They've taken all their feedback into account, because season 1 I think was a bit underwhelming. A lot of people were disappointed. But
they've taken some time to kind
of... Yeah, they took a while to sit and address it, and season 2 looks like they're addressing a lot of players' concerns. So the map is being changed up completely. Not like it'll be the same locations, but aesthetically they're all being like changed big time, which is really cool.
Okay.
And I think in terms of unlocks for the season, a lot of people were really disappointed that you get stuff that you don't really use, or it's like a bit of a waste, like you get some levels that you just get stuff you won't use. They're adding, for example, so when you're diving, you're going to get emotes when you're diving, which is like really cool because you can actually see that and use that.
Can you do the Deadpool, like the Deadpool standing, lying in front of the fireplace emote as you
I really hope you can.
Yeah, that'd be
but
cool.
You must check, watch the trailer, it's really cool. And like I played a bit of Apex yesterday for the first time in months, and the game's still great. And I'm keen on season 2. I played a little bit, see how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a new weapon coming as well.
Is it what type?
So I think it's an energy weapon as well. Which is fine. Then they needed more energy weapons. Now I think they can stop and focus on the other ammo types.
Glenn Schofield. Remember that dude?
Yes.
One of the co-creators of Dead Space, and then helped found a studio called Sledgehammer Games and made Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
COD, yeah.
And then him and Michael Condrey, the two co-founders, left Activision. And then if you've been following him on Twitter, all he's been doing is doing a lot of painting. He's a painter.
Is he the new Bob Ross?
Yeah, kind of,
Okay.
He's now been hired by PUBG Corp. And he is making a AAA spin-off game to PUBG, so a narrative-focused PUBG game.
That'll be interesting.
Is weird.
It's very, like, I'd never thought that would be a thing.
Glenn Schofield, Dead Space, Advanced Warfare.
I'm keen on it.
I trust this dude.
But I do still think of PUBG mechanics. I don't know, like PUBG, I just think it's so janky.
Whether it will be a PUBG mechanic thing.
No, No, I don't think it'll be that. But if they use the same engine. One thing Call of Duty has for it is that it's so smooth, it feels good. No, not that PUBG doesn't feel good, but it's a completely different game in that it's so much slower. You have to really take your time. Way more. So they'll probably obviously lean into that, but I don't know. I don't know what a single player campaign will look like.
PS Plus games for July are pretty meh.
eFootball.
eFootball PES 2019. And then Horizon Chase Turbo, which kind of looks like a fun arcade racer thing. Mario Maker 2 is good.
Oh, yes.
Hitman 2 got a new level within a New York bank, which is apparently really fun. Darren killed a lot of people.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Disrespect is back on Twitch because, of course, he is. Gross.
Yep.
If you didn't remember, he got banned from Twitch and E3 for live streaming from a public bathroom because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah. It's great stuff.
One Punch Man is getting a 3v3 fighting game video game adaptation, which looks a lot like Jump Force.
Whoever gets One Punch Man wins.
Yeah, he just hits you once.
It's canon, bro. I mean,
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night came out this week and is apparently a mess on Switch. You should not buy this game on Switch.
I was gonna pick it up on Switch. I was like, no.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen reports that it runs pretty poorly on PS4 to the point where you're getting single-digit frame rates on a PS4.
Why?
So on the Switch, it's even worse, and the visual quality on Switch.
Why, Koji Ikarashi? Why you do that?
Yeah. So.
But look, he's a developer who takes criticism hard. He'll fix that shit.
Yeah.
So
he'll be. What was that one where all the people were saying Bloodstain looked bad?
Yeah, it was.
He's like.
It was their one of their trailers.
Yeah. We'll
just
prove them wrong.
Yeah, he's sitting at the end of a long table and it's like, we'll prove them wrong. Throws his wine glass and then walks off and then it shows how they fixed the game.
Oh
so
man, he's such a character.
I can't wait for that. It's going to be in 3 months. It's going to be another trailer saying the patch 1.1 whatever.
Yeah,
and it's going to be
prove them wrong.
It's going to be articles saying Bloodborne is terrible on Twitch. Bad ports, and it's going to be the same thing. We'll prove them wrong. Wait, they spelled Fortnite wrong there. Is that intentional?
That was intentional, yeah. Oh, no. Borderlands 3 will be a 35-hour game or so.
I'm actually really keen on that game.
I'm very
keen,
actually
I haven't been excited for it, but I've always been keen on Borderlands.
There was a lot of good buzz about that game from E3 that I was not expecting.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Take my money.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Is that it?
Sony's teasing a new Ape Escape.
Oh, you know what happened? What happened this week? There was SGDQ.
Oh, yeah. The Summer Games didn't quit.
So I'm sure we'll have figures for next week. But they were playing Ape Escape. And I remember watching it. And John Michael's like, why are you watching this? It's like, I have a touch point with this game. In that a friend lent it to me years ago on PS1. And I just never got into it because I couldn't actually play it.
What?
And I only figured out years later because it was one of the first, if not the first game that used
it was
the analogs, the DualShock, and I didn't have that controller. So it was impossible to play.
Yeah.
I could move, but it was impossible to play, and I just didn't understand what this game was. And only years later, I was like, oh. That's why.
Because you get a lightsaber as well.
Yeah, you have a lightsaber, you get your net. But it was such a funny thing. I was like, shit, I remember this game. I remember
one of the games
hating it because I couldn't play it. Yeah.
It was the one that was like, hey, when
you
get
need
your
this,
DualShock controller.
This is what to play, yeah.
Do we have questions?
No, Megs gave us a tweet saying, don't forget my E3 questions. But I really thought that we tackled all of his questions. I don't know. We're going to...
Did we leave some?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did.
So let me...
As far as I remember.
So we're going to go back in time here quickly. I'm getting an incoming video call from Lenska. That's weird. Oh, she was probably a mistake.
She's butt dialed you?
She butt video dialed.
Butt video WhatsApp dialed you.
Okay, wait. So... Yeah, we answer these. In your experience of watching TV series like Game of Thrones, House of Cards, is it better to wait for its finish?
Yeah, we answered that, yeah.
Have you high-fived Comrade Captain Barbosa for bringing you back into the game reviewing? We answered that. Oh, Lenska says, didn't mean to call you, sorry. To me, Matthew Fix, since you are still fresh in the game review scene compared to the slightly jaded Alessandro at this point in time, would you choose a PS4 or Switch? We did that. Have you considered doing a special check? Yeah, we answered all of these.
Yeah, we answered that.
So, Megs, I don't know if I've missed anything, but yeah, I don't think we did. Because he tweeted, please don't forget the questions I posted, pre-E3 2019. But we did. We answered all of those.
I don't know.
Megs, if we didn't, sorry, but I really think we did.
We'll reset the counter for next week.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, there's no questions this week. These people are dead. We're not sending them questions.
I feel bad. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
March. Wow.
March. Wow.
June. June got away. I mean, it's just a case of like I missed 2 weekends because of travel to E3,
and then I had a wedding in George. How often do I go away to George for the weekend?
But this is a 2-man show. You can only do so much.
Give us money, we'll hire a third person.
Yeah. But yeah, it feels good to be back.
Yeah, that's good.
And these next few months are gonna have some real gems of games that I'm excited to play. I think so. Yeah.
It's a good time to be a gamer, as always.
As always.
As it always is.
It's always good. That was episode 57. That's the one.
Wow.
Do you know what? I forgot to save this episode before we started recording.
Brought you by an empty fridge of Red Bull.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
There's very few in there. We need more. You gotta chat to your friend.
My friend, what?
Yeah, it's both of our friends. He watches you stream a lot.
You did. He dropped me a sub. I was quite chuffed.
What a champ.
What a champion.
I gotta renew my sub to you because it's like every month my free one.
You don't have to, but it would be so appreciated.
I told Jeff to do the same because he's like,
does he have Amazon Prime?
Well, he's got Amazon Video.
Give me your sub,
just
Jeff.
Sign up with Twitch, and then you get free Nintendo Switch Online as well.
What? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, does he get free?
No, you will as well. Are you signed up to Amazon Prime?
No.
Oh, okay, you should because you get free Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then he's like, my code didn't work, and I was like, that's all good because mine did.
What lies, Jeff? I'll find you.
So, it took a few days for
yours to
even allow me to give you my sub.
Yeah, that
I don't
is
know
weird.
what happened.
Maybe it was a once off the first time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but
because just so you know, that sub just equates to $2.50, which isn't a lot.
That's not bad.
But if you do it every month, if everyone gives it every month,
it's not bad. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I'm using Amazon Video anyway, so it's not costing me anything extra. So just pop you over that sub.
Hit me up, guys. I'll take it. Wait, what did you say? Forget to say before we started the show. You said I completely derailed your conversation. Like, you know what I forgot, and then I said something, and then
completely forgot.
I know. We'll never know now.
I don't know.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. As you were. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll be back next week for show.
For sure, yeah. Well, no weddings,
no weddings. I'm not that busy.
Wait, I actually am away next weekend.
Oh, my
I am.
God.
Oh my god.
Okay,
wait,
I gotta get someone in.
Wait, we can do. We'll chat.
Yeah, we'll chat.
Okay.
Cool.
Surprise.
Oh my god. Stop having people that
I
are
even
in
just
love.
joke
God.
saying I'm not going to a wedding or anything next weekend.
But are you flying away for the weekend?
No, I'm going to Durban for the weekend.
Oh. I hate everything.
God damn.
Okay,
we'll talk.
We'll have an episode next week for sure.
We'll do something.
We won't skip again. But okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. Bye. Matty won't be here next week.
I'm sorry.
He sucks.
I'm the worst.